Set and match, Ladybug.
This defeated theme.
You will have the chance to witness the victory of our great leader, Scarlet Moth!
Hail Scarlet Moth! Hail Scarlet Moth! Hail Scarlet Moth!
It's time, Scarlet Moth.
Hail Scarlet Moth!
Here's a sin for every time they said Scarlet Moth in the past 30 seconds. This episode is annoying me already, and we just started.
It's like he's been preparing for this for a long time. We're not prepared for this.
Yes, we are. We've already fought them all and won, and there are 5 of us this time.
I know our animation budget isn't large enough, but Paris had around 10 million inhabitants back when this was released. Let's be generous and say Hawkmoth only got 1% of them. That's still 100,000 supervillains, most of which have powers you've never dealt with before. Hawkmoth wins here and now, no contest.
Hawkmoth, I hope you enjoyed Volpina's illusion, because the real Ladybug will never hand you over her Miraculous.
What? I can't hear you. Do you have like a megaphone or something? Because otherwise there's no way I could possibly know what you just said.
Guitar villain, frightening tale, music.
Hawkmoth, for some reason, takes 2 of his villains out of play, even though Frightening Gale herself is probably the best villain he has, considering her ability to disrupt the hero's communications and movements. And just so you know, they disappear completely halfway through the episode and never show up again.
It's Queen Bee to you, Fox!
Shouldn't the phone be broken? Also, the akumatized objects are really confusing in this episode. Sometimes it's the same object it was originally, and sometimes it's the Heroes Day pins they're wearing in addition to their original outfits. Maybe this batch in particular switched to being the pins after they were reakumatized, but the pins were still a part of their outfits before that, and why would they be there if they weren't the akumatized objects already? I know it's just for animation purposes, but lore-wise, it's very confusing and contradictory. Hold on, these people were akumatized from the negative emotions that came from thinking Ladybug and Cat Noir were gone. Now that they see that Ladybug and Cat Noir are alive and well, shouldn't at least a few of them be able to deakumatize themselves? I guess maybe that explains why they are so easy to defeat here, since they no longer have the motivation to follow Hawkmoth's orders. In hindsight, this was a pretty stupid mistake on Hawkmoth's part. He should have started with a villain that can cause negative emotions, similar to Dark Cupid, and then akumatized his army from there. He could have done so with Lila, since she wouldn't deakumatize herself, and then hid her away so Ladybug and Cat Noir couldn't undo her transformation. That way, he wouldn't have needed the whole Volpina stunt in the last episode, and he wouldn't risk the villains essentially quiet quitting once they realize the negative emotions that got them akumatized in the first place are no longer valid. I mean, seriously, if Dark Cupid had come to his senses here, Hawkmoth's entire plan would have been ruined. After that, all Hawkmoth would need to do is akumatize more people with powers similar to Dark Cupid's, then sit back and watch the heroes fall one by one. Honestly, I think I'd make a pretty great villain. Give me the Miraculous, Gabriel, and I'll get you that wish. I'm not on your side, but at this point, I'd do anything to end this torture.
Nice work, Dark Cupid. The bourgeois family is now in place to follow my plan.
Where did these butterflies come from? Actually, several times during this episode, Hawkmoth appears to simply conjure butterflies from thin air, but to my knowledge, he never does such a thing again. Also, if he can do that, why does he breed actual butterflies? Maybe it's part of Catalyst's effect on him, but I feel like this is probably just something that Butterfly Miraculous can always do, because otherwise it'd be pretty useless. So why does Hawkmoth never use it except in this episode?
Get ready! I'm gonna need all of you!
Ladybug's stance here reminds me of the Mies and Wii Sports tennis game. Is that reference too niche? Oh well, I'm including it anyway.
The time has come, Dark Cupid.
What an incredible twist! Those lousy heroes didn't even see it coming.
Hawkmoth is using Dark Cupid to create all the negative emotions he needs.
You know, I have to give it to Hawkmoth and the writers. This is pretty smart.
And now watch Scarlet Moth's relentless plan to get rid of your precious protectors.
They are literally swinging at nothing. The animation in this episode is pretty good, all things considered, but things like this are so goofy they're hard to ignore. Reina saw this so far in advance that there's no way she couldn't have blocked it without sacrificing herself.
Hands off! Rena Rouge! Don't let any negative emotions take over you, or you might get akumatized too!
This isn't like the normal akumatizations. Dark Cupid's power is to make people evil. It's not something you can just fight against, so stop lecturing her and have Carapace kiss her already.
Let go of me, you weakling!
Easy.
If you're not going to kiss her, then take her Miraculous now. It's only a matter of time before she gets akumatized, and you can't let Hawkmoth control a Miraculous holder. Or, you know, just kiss her.
I am now Rena Rage!
Oh always knew Nino was a wimp. Also, Hawkmoth can read the minds of those he akumatizes, so he should definitely know their identities now if he didn't already.
Enjoy it, but don't take too long. We don't have much time.
Let's share it. You're gonna need it too.
You okay, Ladybug?
Hawkmoth has never reakumatized so many people in one go.
They should definitely recognize each other's voices.
You still think we can win?
We can't lose hope. People are relying on us.
I have an idea. If Hawkmoth needs negative emotions to akumatize people, just use the pig's power of jubilation to counter it. To get around only being able to use the power once, give it to an adult. I think it would fit Miss Bustier pretty well. Oh, what am I saying? The pig Miraculous doesn't exist until season 4. My bad.
Don't forget to put your diving gear on. Tiki, power up!
Flag, power up!
Neither of them said their transformation phrases. This actually happens a lot in this episode with both transformation and detransformation phrases, so I'm just going to add 10 sins here and ignore them from here on out.
Which is exactly why we have to take on Hawkmoth directly. He's using his cane to reakumatize his victims. If we can destroy it, he won't have an army fighting for him anymore.
How the heck does Ladybug know they need to destroy the cane? The only reason destroying the cane works is because Catalyst channeled her power through it, but destroying it does not deakumatize her as the original person Hawkmoth akumatized. After all, it'd be like assuming destroying Ladybug's yo-yo would destroy an already manifested lucky charm. It doesn't make any sense. Ladybug should not know that it's the cane she needs to focus on and should instead go after the Miraculous. Of course, Ladybug has to go after the cane and not the Miraculous, because if she'd gone after the Miraculous, Gabriel would have lost, and we can't have that now, can we? I don't think that's right. I'm very glad they fixed this whole power-up system later, but that doesn't change how janky it was when it was first introduced.
Time to show everyone that the real Ladybug is back!
Look! The heroes are back!
Stop filming, Prime Queen!
She did not purify that many Akumas. Also, everyone would already know that Ladybug is back because they were watching Prime Queen's broadcast already. So why does this scene exist?
Parisians, we can be heroes just for one day!
Parisians are all on your side. We will slow them down. You two go save the world.
You were all fantastic.
I appreciate the effort, but you are all just gonna get attacked by Dark Cupid and then akumatized, making the situation even worse. The best thing you can do right now is hide. Or that would be the reasonable conclusion to draw, but it seems like Hawkmoth wanted this to happen so Ladybug and Cat Noir would attack his illusion. There are a lot of reasons this shouldn't work out, and a lot of better plans Hawkmoth could have implemented, but it's a good message, I guess, so I'll let it off with just one sin.
Get them, my giants! Destroy Ladybug and Cat Noir, and anyone else who tries to stand in your way!
And why have all these villains just been standing here until now? Was that part of the plan, or was it just too expensive to animate them earlier? Also, Hawkmoth, leave poor August alone. Wasn't Glaciator akumatized at night because he would have melted during the day? That's what my comments told me anyway. If I'm wrong about this, I blame you. Where did you get bows big enough for this? And how did you have the time to set this up?
People are amazing!
I can only imagine how many Parisians are going to die off screen in this battle. Ladybug's Miraculous Ladybug may save their lives, but they will never be free of that trauma. On the bright side, it's never been a better time to be a therapist in Paris.
It's down to the three of us. Lucky Charm! It's a sign, Hawkmoth. A sign that your Miraculous will wind up inside this box.
Are you sure you're not making a serious mistake? How do you know the wish I was planning to make with your Miraculous wouldn't have been beneficial to everyone?
Well, if it was, he probably would have just asked them about it rather than doing all this. What a stupid question.
Unlike you, I'm not afraid to use these powers.
Since you are so good, why did you never bother to change the world for the better?
They're a little bit busy fighting Hawkmoth, idiot. Lila just sucks no matter what context she's in, doesn't she?
Not just by wishing it or at the expense of innocent citizens. It's not too late. You can fight for good. With us.
Ladybug, I don't like this attempt at reformation. Hawkmoth is a terrorist who, if caught, will likely be sentenced to death. He does not deserve even this cheap attempt at forgiveness. Why did Hawkmoth give himself away? He can command the Akumas no matter where they are. He should have just had them fly closer of their own accord rather than trying to sneak up on the heroes himself. This was done purely so Ladybug could spot him in time and turn the tables on him. Actually, almost everything that happens in this episode takes place just so Ladybug and Cat Noir don't lose, but also so Hawkmoth doesn't technically lose either. This episode is a battle of a ton of different factors, all working tirelessly to change absolutely nothing.
No!
You're such a coward, Hawkmoth! Now!
No!
Let me just point out that the Peacock Miraculous is kept in the safe behind Emily's portrait, so that bullcrap retcon about this Miraculous from Volpina being a replica is ridiculous. Because even if it was, and it definitely wasn't meant to be at the time, the real one is still in there. Plus, why would Gabriel make a replica, and why would he keep it in a super secret safe? Plague still should have realized, and Adrian still should have taken it, which, through the power of the butterfly effect, would lead to Hawkmoth losing here. Butterfly effect, get it? I'm so funny.
All right, kids, watch what a man who's got nothing to lose can do. You're never going to win. Not today or any other day. You're still so green, young superheroes.
Okay, what is going on here? Am I hallucinating? Are they? Is this real? Am I even real? Why are Ladybug and Cat Noir losing so hard all of a sudden? Hawkmoth says they're green, but he's never fought on his own. They technically have more experience than him. Plus, they outnumber him.
You're caught in our net, Hawkmoth. You're not going anywhere.
Hawkmoth, I am Mayura. Let your despair be embodied in a powerful protection.
What is that monster?
How did that happen? Ladybug's yo-yo was wrapped so securely that nothing short of cutting the Eiffel Tower into tiny pieces should have released it. Gosh, the animation budget must be running really low if this is what they settled with.
Miraculous that Master Fu lost
Was a peacock.
Ladybug! Hawkmoth!
He must have escaped when that monster appeared.
He can't have gotten far, so go look for him. Anyone close to the Eiffel Tower is suspect. You have a few minutes to search for him, and after that, Reina Rouge and Carapace never used their power, so they have plenty of time to look around. Maybe they wouldn't have found him, but the fact that they didn't even try is insulting. Why is Gabriel limping? The Miraculous holders are pretty much indestructible, and he didn't even really get beaten up to begin with. Nuru, yell for help as loud as you can. Hurry, before he stops you.
We've got to split, guys.
This is not animated correctly.
I told you never to use the Peacock Miraculous.
I had to save you. I want to help you all the way to the end.
It is absolutely ridiculous that this character gets to move on like nothing ever happened. She should have at least gotten jail time. Marinette is so surprised she sprouts another set of arms.
I wanted to tell you, you're always helping people. Like that day you helped Julika overcome her class photo curse. Or when you partnered Nathaniel and Mark together to make that comic book. That's why everyone jumped at the chance to help you with the picnic. So today, it was our turn to help you. You're our everyday Ladybug. Have a good evening, Super Marinette.
We never got the chance to see Marinette apologize for her lie, which makes the lesson they were setting up for fall flat on its face. But whatever, I guess. Learning morals is for nerds anyway.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Marinette.
Adrian, are you going to turn around and tell me she's just a friend again after that look you just gave her? Also, there's no way he doesn't know she likes him. I refuse to believe he's that dense. Just reject her already if you don't like her. Wasn't that the tray Adrian brought over earlier? How did it teleport over here? I just realized we never got to see the tribute to Ladybug that Gabriel had planned from the first part. How disappointing. I really wanted to like this episode, but truthfully, it was really frustrating to watch. The moment Hawkmoth realized he could send out multiple Akumas at once, he won. If he hadn't left his lair, Ladybug couldn't have destroyed his staff, and that would have been that. Vastly outnumbered, the heroes would have fallen. It's pretty ridiculous to make a character so insanely overpowered and then somehow still have him lose for virtually no reason. This episode is very ambitious, both story and animation wise, and I wanted to take a sin off for that, but I just can't. What a disappointing end to a disappointing season.
You should never say never.
Lila just sucks no matter what context she's in. It doesn't... What the heck? I think I just glitched. Frightening Gale herself is probably the best villain he has, considering her ability to disrupt the humans.
Guys, am I cooked? I forgot December and January aren't the same month.
Oh my gosh, we're finally done. Thank goodness. Thank you to Emo Beast, Trip Myers, the unoriginal Starwalker, MC, Ali Onyx, the original Starwalker, Beanman55, Adam Vimp, and Swanky Nugget for supporting the channel on Patreon.